Dear friends, welcome to a personalized episode of Enlighten Me. Today we will explore Apple's next-gen CarPlay, the uncertain future of Volvo EX30 in the US, and advancements in renewable energy in conservative states. Stay tuned for insights on autonomous trucking, the Ford F-150 Lightning Supertruck, and much more. Renewable energy is advancing in the US, even in traditionally conservative states. Despite anti-ESG rhetoric, states like Louisiana and Tennessee are pushing forward. Louisiana, historically involved in offshore energy, is set to lead in Gulf Coast offshore wind projects, motivated by its ammonia industry's shift to green hydrogen. The state has also incentivized Monarch Energy to establish a green hydrogen plant. Entergy Louisiana plans to add 3 gigawatts of solar power to its portfolio. Meanwhile, Tennessee is hosting a new solar manufacturing facility by Recreate, aimed at producing 5 gigawatts of solar modules for North American and European markets. This aligns with Ford's plans for a sustainable mega campus in Tennessee. Despite political resistance, local businesses are increasingly aligning with ESG principles, driven by economic opportunities in renewable energy. The U.S. Department of Energy's Office of Technology Transitions announced $41.4 million in federal funding for 50 projects across 17 national laboratories to advance clean energy solutions. This funding is part of the fiscal year 2024 Technology Commercialization Fund Base, Annual Appropriations Core Laboratory Infrastructure for Market Readiness Lab Call, the largest yet. The selected projects aim to simplify commercialization, accelerate existing technologies, and develop new energy solutions, aligning with the Biden administration's climate goals. Over 78 partner entities will contribute an additional $22 million, bringing total funding to nearly $64 million. The DOE's Office of Technology Transitions coordinates with various DOE program offices to strengthen commercialization partnerships and meet national climate objectives. Google has signed an agreement with NV Energy to purchase 115 megawatt-hours of geothermal power from Fervo Energy to power its Nevada data centers. This innovative deal, known as a clean transition tariff, must be approved by state energy regulators and aims to accelerate the clean energy transition. Fervo uses advanced horizontal drilling techniques to access geothermal heat, offering a consistent carbon-free energy source. This agreement differs from traditional power purchase agreements by providing utilities with upfront funds to invest in new technologies. Google plans to power all its data centers with renewable energy by 2030 and has previously partnered with Fervo to develop geothermal technology. This venture highlights the potential of geothermal energy to supplement existing renewable sources like wind and solar. Battery cell production in North America is projected to exceed 1,200 gigawatt-hours per year by 2030, enough to supply 12 to 15 million new electric vehicles annually, assuming average battery capacities of 80 to 100 kilowatt-hours per vehicle. Argonne National Laboratory highlights that in the United States, much of this production will occur near vehicle assembly locations, primarily in the Midwest and Southeast. This proximity is crucial for minimizing shipping time and transport costs for EV manufacturers. In the U.S., food waste constitutes 24.1% of municipal solid waste in landfills, generating methane, a potent greenhouse gas. These landfills are the third largest source of methane emissions, with food waste responsible for 58% of these emissions. Composting is a practical solution to reduce methane emissions and improve soil health. Benefits include enhanced soil quality, water conservation, and reduced reliance on chemical fertilizers. Various U.S. states have implemented policies to promote composting, such as California's requirement for grocery stores to donate edible food. The federal government is funding research to extend food shelf life and reduce waste. Internationally, South Korea and France have strict regulations for composting and food waste management. Next, let's look at Volkswagen's low-carbon steel initiative. Volkswagen AG and Vulcan Green Steel have signed a memorandum of understanding for a partnership to produce low-carbon steel. This initiative supports Volkswagen's aim for carbon neutrality by 2050 and will cover up to 300,000 tons of Europe's annual steel requirements, starting in 2027. The integrated production process will take place in Oman, utilizing mined iron ore, green energy, and hydrogen. Oman's optimal conditions for renewable energy will facilitate a 70% reduction in carbon emissions in steel production. This partnership adds to Volkswagen's existing collaborations with Salzgitter AG and Swedish H2 Green Steel. And now, pivot our discussion towards automotive news. Apple's next-gen CarPlay aims to unify car interfaces, including instrument clusters, but only Aston Martin and Porsche have committed to it without specific dates. Industry skepticism persists, with automakers like Mercedes-Benz hesitant to cede control to Apple. To address concerns, Apple's design allows automakers significant customization, including a punch-through UI for their own interfaces. CarPlay's new structure includes locally running layers for essential functions, while other elements run on the iPhone. However, issues with wireless connectivity, crucial for next-gen CarPlay, remain a concern. Apple's approach now involves providing a design toolkit rather than a full takeover, aiming for better adoption while allowing automakers to retain interface control. Despite detailed plans, tangible next-gen CarPlay implementations are yet to be seen. The Volvo EX30, a compact electric SUV with an affordable starting price of $34,995, faces uncertainty in the US market due to new tariffs on Chinese-made cars. The tariffs, which have more than tripled, make importing the EX30 challenging, leaving reservation holders without clear information on availability or final pricing. Many have cancelled reservations due to lack of communication from Volvo. The company is investigating the tariff impact, but hasn't provided concrete details. Potential manufacturing in Belgium could avoid tariffs but increase costs. A recent recall due to a software glitch further complicates the situation. The EX30 Prime's future in the US remains unclear, with the possibility of higher prices or delayed availability. For the last 2 decades, Raquel Urtasun, founder and CEO of Waabi, has been developing AI systems capable of human-like reasoning. Launching Waabi in 2021, Urtasun focuses on autonomous trucking with an AI-first approach, minimizing the need for extensive data and computation. Unlike Tesla's data-intensive imitation learning, Waabi uses a closed-loop simulator, Waabi World, for training. This has led to commercial pilots in Texas and a planned driverless launch in 2025. Waabi recently closed a $200 million Series B round, with investors like Uber and Khosla Ventures. Despite industry setbacks, Waabi's AI model, which generalizes from limited data, remains promising. It aims to expand beyond trucking into areas like robotaxis and warehouse robotics. The Ford F-150 Lightning Supertruck will compete in the 102nd Pikes Peak International Hill Climb with Romain Dumas at the wheel. This is Ford's second year with an EV demonstrator at the event, following the record-setting Supervan 4.2. The Supertruck features advanced aerodynamics generating 6,000 pounds of downforce at 150 mph, 3-starred UHP 6-phase motors, ultra-high-performance Li polymer NMC cells, producing over 1,400 horsepower, carbon ceramic brakes, Pirelli P0 tires, and a custom suspension. Dumas, a veteran and current record holder, is confident in the vehicle's potential. The event is scheduled for June 23rd. Coming up, we review the Dutch EV market trends. In May, the Dutch plug-in vehicle market reached 47%, dominated by pure electric vehicles, 34% of new vehicle sales. Pure electric vehicles accounted for 74% of all plug-in sales. Tesla Model Y led with 1,126 sales, followed by Volvo EX30 and Kia Niro. The Kia Niro topped overall sales with 1,014 units. The Dutch market might cross the 50% mark for EVs this year, potentially reaching 80% by 2028. New EU tariffs on Chinese EVs could impact future sales. In the manufacturer rankings, Volvo leads at 15.7%, with Tesla at 13.4%. Volkswagen Group, unaffected by tariffs, might surpass Tesla. Geely Volvo leads with a 19.1% share, but EU tariffs could affect its future performance. BMW Group, currently fifth, may be impacted by tariffs on mini EVs. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of Innovation Pulse. If you enjoyed our insights and are eager to learn more, the Enlighten Me app is just a tap away. Expand your knowledge with personalized content on over 20 diverse topics, from crypto to health and beyond, all curated to fit your interests. Download the Enlighten Me app now at the Apple Store or Google Play, or visit the enlightenme.ai website. Stay curious, stay enlightened.